Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, where today we are going to be taking a look at my August TBR. Now, August is going to be fun because it's Magical Readathon month. If you don't know about Magical Readathon, I will go ahead and link G's announcement video down below. This is from G over at Book Roast. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. It is actually the only readathon that I participate in at this point. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And because I don't know how to do low key on basically anything, I am going to be attempting to do so many things, so many prompts. Like I have 23 prompts that I'm going to try to fulfill. And no, I cannot double up on any of them. So, because I have 23 books to show you as like what I'm going to try to read next month, I'm not actually going to go into too much depth on like a description. I'll try to give you the genre at the very least, but not too much other than that. And I'm also not going to give you the prompts that it fulfills, mostly because a lot of the prompts that I had were things like start this book before bed. So I could just choose anything anyway. But we are going to go ahead and dive right in, starting with Dealing with Dragons by Patricia C. Reed. This is a middle grade, maybe even as young as like elementary school, chapter book. It is fantasy. We have dragons. It's one of my favorites. It will be a reread, and I'm very excited for it. And then we have Gem and the Holograms Infinite. And I believe that this is written by Kelly Thompson. Yeah, it's written by Kelly Thompson, art by Stacey Lee, Jen St. Ong, and Jen Hickman. And I loved the primary series of Gem and the Holograms. And this is I believe this story is like a one-off that takes place after the events of like the primary series. I'm excited. I love this. It's young adult. It's very femme. It is very queer. It is so much fun. And then I have Serenity, The Shepherd's Tale by Joss Whedon, Zach Whedon, and Chris Samney. And this is adult science fiction. It's a tie-in to Firefly and the Serenity movie. This is also a reread, and it's been so long since I've read this, and I'm really excited because I'm hoping that it holds up to the hype in my head. We'll see. And then I have Over the Woodward Wall by A. Deborah Baker, and this is like middle grade fantasy. This is also a tie-in book to Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. Deborah A. Baker is a pseudonym for Seanan McGuire. In the Middle Game book, they actually referenced this kind of in-universe story, Over the Woodward Wall, and so Seanan McGuire decided to write the book and then have it published. So I'm going to read it. And then we have A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Harrow, and this is adult like fairy tale retellings, if I'm remembering correctly. It's a novella. I'm excited to get to it, and it should go hopefully pretty quickly. And then we have The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. And this is, I think it's a horror novella. I believe Cassandra Khaw only writes horror. So I don't remember what it's about. So I can't tell you if, like, based off of the description, if it's horror, but I believe that it is. And then we have Strange Beasts of China by Yan Gay. I have to look up how to pronounce that. I apologize. I should have done that in advance. But this is a kind of speculative kind of book. I know that it could, I don't think it goes full-blown fantasy, but definitely at least speculative adult. I think it was translated even. Again, they don't have the translator listed, so I don't know. We'll see. And then I have Backpacking Through Bedlam by Seanan McGuire, and this is an adult urban fantasy. It's like book 11 or 12 in the series, and in the Encrypted series, which is not my favorite series from Seanan McGuire, but is a lot of fun. So I'm excited to get to this. And then we have Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall, and this is adult historical romance. It is also sapphic, which is why I was so very excited to pick this one up. And then we have Nothing But the Rain by Naomi Salmon, and this is an adult speculative novella. I don't know if it's horror. All I remember about it is that, like, in this little community, if you go outside when it rains, you lose all your memories, which sounds like it could be horror, or it could be just like science fiction or something. I don't know. We'll see. And then we have The Scourge Between Stars, which is an adult science fiction horror kind of novella. I believe it is more, it's like on a spaceship, but it's also like something is on the spaceship with them killing the crew members one by one. So there's the horror. And then we have The Bruising of Kilwa by Nassim Jamnia. And I don't actually remember what this one is about, even to be able to put it into a genre. It's adult, it's a novella. I think it's fantasy. Probably. I don't remember. And then we have The Weeping of The Citadel of Weeping Pearls by Aliette de Bodard. And this is adult science fiction. I don't think it's part of the Shuya universe, which is the universe that Aliette de Bodard kind of writes in. And a lot of the novels that author writes is in that universe. But I don't know. It doesn't say. And usually it does. So, but it's a novella. And I'm excited to read it. And we have Driftwood by Marie Brennan, and this is adult speculative, and it's a short novel. It's not quite a novella. It is definitely short novel territory, but like I've been really into Marie Brennan, so I'm intrigued to try something that is outside of the A Natural History of Dragons series. And then I have Dragonfall by L.R. Lamb. This is one of the only like full-length novels that I have on this list, and it is adult fantasy. And then I have Hollow by Shannon Waters, Brandon Boyer White, and Bernice Nell, and this is a young adult graphic novel retelling of Sleepy Hollow. And then I also have Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I don't remember the author or translator. And this is adult speculative, which has received kind of a lot of, I keep hearing about it after I put it on my TBR, which is really interesting. So gonna try that. And then I also have Nubia Real One. And I don't remember the author. Apologies. It's up on the picture. It's also in the description down below if you're curious. But this is a young adult graphic novel, superhero, I believe. And then I have In the Corsair's Bed by Ruby Dixon, and this is adult romance novella, I believe. I'm going to be listening to this on audio. And then I have Long Distance by Gardner. It's another author I don't totally remember. Again, it's on the screen. It's also in the description box down below. But this is a young adult graphic novel. And then I have Magic Claims by Ilona Andrews, which is adult urban fantasy. It's the second book in the Wilmington Years series, which that's a series that takes place after the Kate Daniels series and follows the same characters. And I think that's all. And then I have like one backup book in case I DNF something, and that is My Boyfriend is a Monster. I Love Him to Pieces by Yvonne Sang and illustrated by Janning Gorison. And this is young adult. It's a young adult graphic novel to set place in like the apocalypse. So I'm really excited. I think that's it. I think those are all the things that I have on my TBR, which is so many. I am so glad that we're actually starting January 29th because I need to get a head start because school starts August 15th, 16th, somewhere mid-month. And my kids go back to school, but so do I because my job starts again. So it'll be really interesting to see if I can read all of these things. Just a heads up, I'm going to be filming a recent reads pretty soon to get you caught up because since I have been gone for a little while. But for all of the books that I'm reading for the Magical Readathon, I'm not necessarily going to include all of them in my recent reads, because I think that if I tried to do that and give a proper review to all of these books, I would get so behind. And so I'm not going to force myself to do that. I don't know. I will probably mention all of them at the very least, but I may not give much more of a description than I read it and here's the star rating. I don't know how I'm how I'm going to manage it. We'll see together. But that is it. So if you have any thoughts or feelings about any of the books that I mentioned in this video, please leave it in a comment down below. But that is it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and until next time, have happy reading, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!